Hi, I'm Sifu Kuttel, and this video is based off of a request from one of you. This is a Tai Chi workout specifically geared towards the lower back. Now, like I said, this is going to be focused on the lower back. You may have found this video because you have a tight or you have an injured lower back and you're looking at Tai Chi as a possible way of rehab for your back. That's great. This is what this workout is based on. We're not going to be focusing on the martial sides of Tai Chi. All of these exercises have been picked specifically for the lower back itself. We will be doing traditional Tai Chi breathing, we will be doing 8 brocade Qigong exercises, and we will be doing the needle at sea bottom Tai Chi technique. And again, our emphasis is going to be placed on the lower back. So if you want more traditional Tai Chi training, check one of my other videos because again, these ones have been selected specifically to help loosen and warm up and strengthen the lower back itself. Now, again, you have to make sure that if you're doing this as part of a rehabilitation for your lower back, listen to your body. I can't be there right now with you to help you if you find some difficulty in a movement. So you may find that you need to skip a movement because your body's not ready for it right now, or it causes pain. So listen to your body, and if you practice this consistently, you'll notice that over time you can develop and end up doing movements that maybe you couldn't do before or you couldn't do very far before. So you can sink more into the movement itself or you can turn further, and you'll notice that there can be progression if you practice consistently. Okay, so take your time, listen to your body, and let's get to work. All right, to get started, just go ahead and stand in a comfortable position. I'm going to have my feet about shoulders distance apart, and then I want to bend my knees slightly. Make sure the knees are not locked out. Arms are nice and loose and relaxed at the sides. Back is nice and straight, and then our head pointing forward. Now we're going to start with some breathing exercises. This is going to be a little bit more on the forceful side. It's not that slow, controlled breathing. We're going to do a forced inhale, a strong, quick inhale. Now, as you do this, pull the air down into the belly. You want to think of pulling it as low as possible, not trying to inhale and pull the shoulders up and only keep it in the lungs. The exhale itself is going to be nice and soft, and we just release the air back out. So it'll be strong in through the nose, and then nice and calm exhale. Just let the air drain out on its own. Okay, now this is more of a forceful breathing exercise. So if you do feel lightheaded, just take a break. Okay, you don't have to do all 10. 10 is just a base number that we're going to do. Okay, so here we go. Ready? Nice, strong inhale. 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now from here, take your hands, put them all the way together, and then rub and press them as hard as you can, as fast as you can. You should generate a lot of heat. You should actually feel that your hands are getting hot, not just warm. And then what we're going to do is take our hands and place them on the kidneys and then rub up and down. Nice and simple. We want to just stimulate back here. We also want to kind of indicate and mark our lower back for ourselves as we do the rest of our techniques. So now we have a tangible physical focus. Okay, give it a couple of claps, and let's start with a couple of 8 brocades techniques. Now, these are going to be 3 from the 8 brocades, and again, I'm pushing this specifically for the lower back itself. Though you may be surprised, our first technique is going to be more on the upper back. But what we're going to do is bring your hands, one hand on top, one hand below, like you're holding a big ball. Okay, now we're going to squeeze until the hands come close to meeting, and then turn the palm over as we reach straight up. Now, you don't have to worry about feeling this in your lower back, but I do want you to open up the shoulders. Our back is completely connected here. So good pressure up and down, and then I want you to think of slightly pulling your shoulders back, as if we're going to touch our shoulders behind us. And then bring your hands back, palm down, palm up. We're going to bring it all the way in, squeeze, turn, pressing up and down, and then pull your shoulders back. You should feel this in the shoulder and the neck. Again, bring the hands in, rotate, press up and down, pull the shoulders back. You should feel it open up nicely under the armpit and behind the shoulder and even the neck itself. Turn the palms. Now, as you're doing this, just keep natural breathing. Push upward, pull the shoulders back, but continue to push upward here. And then again, up and down. Turn. Normal inhale, normal exhale. We're not going to focus our breathing in with this one. Last one. Up and down. And pull. Now again, this targets your upper back, but one of the things that I want you to remember is everything is connected. And we're going to hit this later on too at the very end of the workout. So a tight neck, a tight upper back, your tight shoulders may pull at your lower back, and that's where you feel the pain. Okay. The next one we're going to do is the fourth brocade. This is really going to focus on our alignment, our spinal alignment, because posture is super important for helping with our lower back. First thing we're going to do is stand feet shoulders distance apart, toes pointing forward and knees slightly bent. Now I want you to just slightly tuck your tailbone. I have an entire video about just how much to tuck your tailbone. I'll leave a link up above and you can check that out. But you want to just slightly tuck the tailbone to flatten the lower back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up the palms and rotate outward as we turn our head and look over our shoulder. Now, I'm not trying to go as far as I can, and I don't want to start tilting my head like this. I'm keeping my back straight, and I'm trying to turn my head while keeping my spine completely aligned. And then back. Notice my palms turn in again. Turn, look over the other shoulder. Back, turn, look. Nice and easy. I'm not trying to do it too slow. I'm not trying to force myself. I'm just trying to turn my head and move the body here. As you do this on your own, listen for little pops and crackles. If you're hearing that, that's too much. Okay, don't overforce yourself on this one. And really, you should try to focus on how your body is moving. You should be able to hear and feel if it's moving smooth during this point or if there are like little stops, like you have little gears turning. Okay, now the last one that we're going to focus on is the seventh brocade. This one's wiggle the tail. Okay, we're going to take our feet first and step a little bit further apart. And then we're going to place our hands and rest them on our thighs. Our hands will slide as we do this. We're not using them for support. We're just keeping our hands here in case we do need it for support. And then what we're going to do is tilt, lean down over the leg, nice and low bend, keeping your eyes up. And then we're going to go all the way around and then tilt and down. Take your time as you're doing this one. You don't want to rush this. You don't want to push off of your leg, and you don't want to put yourself out of alignment over this one. So take your time as you do this and really express those hip joints. You may start to feel this one in the lower back. Just make sure that you listen and adjust. The last thing is, as I'm tilting back here, I don't need to go back like this. I want to keep my spine relatively straight. So my eyes should still be looking forward. My chin should be tucked a little bit as I come down this way. Okay, so I'm not letting my head drop back as I do this. And notice I'm not really tilting back very far. I'm keeping my back just slightly tilted. Okay, now let's switch directions. So we go the other way around. Letting the hands slide along the legs, nice and easy, dipping into this one. If you feel lightheaded at any time, just narrow your circle, have a seat, take a break, come back to it, and just don't dip so deep on this one. Okay, from here, let's do a traditional Tai Chi warm-up. Take your hands, keep them nice and relaxed, and we're going to turn our waist from side to side. Now, as you do this, try not to let the feet move or the knees turn in. That's going to put too much pressure down there. So we just want to keep the stance and alignment, turning at the waist, letting the arms naturally, loosely swing and hit the body. Keep your spine straight up and down. You want to think of just rotating the spine just like this, not swinging the upper body around. Letting the hands slap the body, shakes up those internal organs, stimulates some circulation, shakes free some stagnation. It's good stuff. So let the hands slap the body as you do this. Again, don't overdo it. It's not a competition who can twist the fastest, who can hit the hardest. You just want to work nice and relaxed here, nice and loose. Okay, now let's focus on our Tai Chi technique. This is called needle at sea bottom. Now, again, all of this is going to be geared to the lower back, so if you hear some details or you don't hear certain things that you expect to hear about the technique, it's because this is not focused on the martial side. What we're going to do is, basically, we're going to do a cat stance position. So the first thing I want you to do, turn your toes out to a 45-degree angle. This will be our back leg. Make sure that when you bend your knee, your knee and your toes point in the same direction. Our other foot is going to just reach out forward, and we're going to have most of our weight on our back leg. 90% on the back leg, 10% on the front leg, or even less on the front leg. Okay, so again, I have my 45-degree angle, my cat stance forward, and I should be able to just lift my foot up off the ground because there's no weight on this foot. Okay, so as we do this, if my left foot is forward, I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to bring it up, just like as if I'm extending my hand out to shake somebody's hand. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it up in front of my face, fingertips pointing forward. Okay, so nice and simple, we have our cat stance position. I bring my hand up, fingertips pointing forward. Now, my other hand, I'm going to keep intention in this hand. Think as if you're in a lake or a pool and you have like a wooden board floating on top of the water, and you're just trying to push it down into the water. Okay, you're not trying to force yourself to tilt down, you're just keeping pressure this way. Okay, now from the hand here, I want to think of reaching down in more of a straight line, but also turning the waist as I do this downward and forward. Okay, now at this point I should start feeling it right here. Make sure you have some pressure in your backhand and make sure you're not tilting your upper body. So as I do this, I'm not trying to tilt down this way, I'm just trying to twist my waist and extend forward. Now, when we withdraw, it's still Tai Chi, we're still doing the movement. So don't just pull the hand back up and stand back up out of this one. As you withdraw, think as if something is pulling back on your hand, so you have to turn your shoulder to bring it back. This hand still presses down, okay? So again, I extend forward and I kind of twist my waist into this. Come back up, okay? So let's try it again, same thing, other side. So this time I'm going to turn my feet out to that 45-degree angle, extend my foot forward, keeping both knees bent. I will have my hand pressing down with the leg that's extended out, and whatever leg is extended out, we're going to bring up our opposite hand in front of our face, pointing fingers straight forward. Now, the last thing is, as you do this, don't look down. We're not bending down to do this. We're going to twist, keep the eyes up, and extend forward, okay? So don't worry about going and touching the floor here, okay? So again, right here, hand is up by the face, extend forward like you're gonna reach, shake a hand, and then pull back. Again, twist as you extend forward and pull back, okay? Now, let's do this a couple of times on each side. You're feeling more comfortable with it. If you've been doing it with me, great. We just add a couple more repetitions to it, okay? So I'm gonna go towards these corners so it's a little bit easier to see. So we'll do a cat stance, raise the hand, extend. 1, pull back, extend. 2, hold, pull back, extend. 3, hold, pull back, extend. 4, hold, pull back. Good, let's do the other side. That cat stance position, hand pressing down, fingertips pointing forward, extend, hold, pull back. 1, extend, hold, pull back. 2, extend, hold, pull back. 3, extend, hold, pull back. 4. Okay, so there you have it. Every exercise in this workout is to help you develop and strengthen your lower back. We want to open up that range of motion. We want to develop some mobility and, of course, lower back strength. Now, as you finish this technique, as you finish this exercise, I want you to, again, listen to your body. If this is your first workout, try to pay attention to how your body feels directly after the workout, and then later on in the day, a few hours after this workout, and then the next day after the workout. When we're trying to develop strength, you usually feel it 2 days after the workout, but if we're doing something towards like rehabilitation or we're doing exercises to help the body, you may feel it directly a day afterwards. And really pay attention to what your body's telling you here, because you're going to find there may be additional things that you have to work out on your own, and you may find where you really did target or you have deficiencies in strength or where a muscle is too tense or too tight. So hopefully it's a positive feeling directly after this workout. You're not feeling any pain or anything, and over the next day or two, it's just some minor soreness from working out. Now, last thing I do want to say is take this not just as a singular workout, but try to come back to this. Do this a couple of times, because you'll find that the more you do it, the further you're going to progress. Not just as an understanding of the martial techniques, but your body at this point in the first workout is just learning how to do the movements. And in the next couple of workouts, it may be the same way. But after your body learns how to do it, you can focus on making each and every single movement better. So you can turn further, you can sink lower, you can twist more, you can extend more. You feel where the body is doing it correctly, and you can feel when it's not doing it correctly. And this is something that just happens over time. It's something you have to do. You have to take a break in between, repeat it again, take a break, repeat it again. So a good way of attacking this is going for it for an entire month. Okay, so every other day, do this exercise for a month, and you should actually notice some drastic changes. Then you can start focusing on other things. Maybe actually start taking some Tai Chi classes, go into maybe doing yoga or stretching or other things that can help your lower back. But I think this is a really nice start to help develop that mobility, build a little bit of strength and flexibility for your lower back. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. And if you have any requests, go ahead and mention that in any of the videos and any of the comments, because this video came specifically from a request. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.